Welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky. We gotta find some people. So we gotta find Hilda. And we gotta find... the guests we know. Ah, Joshua Estelle, you made it. It's been quite a while.
Dean Collins?
You invited to the banquet as well, sir? I just arrived today via the airship from Rouen. A little mayoral birdie told me you two won the tournament. Jill and everyone else will be so happy to hear it.
Thank you.
I had no idea we'd be seeing you here, Dean Collins. Dean Collins is a member of the Royal Assembly and a man of great respect in the borough. It's only fitting he'd be given a seat at this banquet. A man of great respect, he says. You flatter me, Mayor.
What's the Royal Assembly?
It's a meeting held once per year to address matters affecting the kingdom. The Queen, mayors of every city, and other representatives have all come together to try and solve various problems of the state.
Wow, sounds big. Of all those guys... So all those guys have been invited here tonight, too?
No, I'd only say about half. Her Majesty is still ill, and General Morgan is away on official military business, and Mayor Dalmore of Rouen was arrested in a nasty affair, and Professor Russell. He's a bit too entrenched in too many unknowns right now. We don't know how true all this talk is about the Royal Guardsmen and some sort of underground terrorist organization. It's hardly the time to be holding a feast at all, if you ask me. Well, we can use this chance to see where Duke Dunan stands on all these issues. We need his permission to have an audience with Her Majesty regardless. Yes, that's the biggest issue here without a doubt. Barring us from seeing Her Majesty is the height of idiocy and mismanagement. I would like to pay my respects to Princess Claudia as well, but it's the same story.
Princess Claudia is the Queen's granddaughter, right?
Does she live here in the castle? No, my understanding is that her actual residence is elsewhere. But I'm told she came to the capital as of a few days ago.
She's here then? I'd really love to meet her.
I'm sure you'll have your chance. A lot of talk about Princess Claudia. I'd like to figure out who she is. Hey, Zen.
Mayor Maybell?
And Lila.
It's Joshua Estelle. Ah, here at last. I kept wondering when you'd get here. I was practically counting the seconds. So you're invited here too, Mayor? Hey, wait, you were waiting for us? How did you know we were coming? I heard from Mayor Klaus. I heard a pair of children who after the tournament won its championships were invited to a grand royal banquet in the castle. If I'd known, I would have canceled my appointments to come and cheer you on. Begging your pardon, madam, but that would have been quite impossible given the circumstances. Yes, I'm aware. I'm trying to be polite. Don't worry, I know how busy you must be. I'm sure the Queen has no time to waste at a banquet. Oh, with everything going on. What is Duke Dunan thinking? That captain was so stubborn about inviting me too. I had no real choice but to accept.
Do you mean Captain Amanthea?
Yes, that's her. Her words were polite enough, but she gave me an evil eye while she spoke them. I dared not refuse her request. I haven't heard from General Morgan in quite some time. Wait, does that mean...
You haven't heard any word from the Hockengate?
The General is unavailable is the longest message I've been able to wring from them. It would seem he's busy with these anti-terrorist countermeasures and what have you. I had hoped he'd be in attendance at this banquet tonight, but I guess he couldn't pull himself away.
What do you think about all this, Mayor? Putting mayors from every city in the same place at a time like this?
Well, if the Queen were able to be in attendance, I would expect some announcement of no small importance. But as it is, it feels like Duke has too much time on his greasy, chubby hands. He's letting this position of royalty proxy go to his head.
That sounds about right. But there might still be some kind of official announcements, don't you think?
Well, whatever may come of the night, the Grand Chef here is the best in all the kingdom. I plan to enjoy the dinner, pay my respects to Her Majesty, and return to Bose post-haste.
Lila!
My mistress has been looking forward to seeing you again. Please come visit her in Bose again sometime.
I'm getting a very uneasy feeling. No one? Ah. Estelle, Joshua.
Mr. Murdoch, I thought you might be here. With mayor class individuals on the guest list, I had a feeling you might also be in attendance.
I must say, I never expected to see you two win a tournament championship and end up hobnobbing in Gransel Castle. Cassius kids to the bones, you are.
It took more than our upbringing to get here. Lots of people helped along the way.
So it's been a few days.
Has there been any developments?
Well, right after you left for the capital, Captain Almanthea from the Intelligence Division came knocking. She forced me to come to this banquet, but I kept my mouth shut about Leiston Fortress. Professor Russell and company are still on the run, too. Army hasn't found him yet. But the longer we keep this up, the less chance they have. It's really only a matter of time. I asked Captain Almanthea if I could see Her Majesty and wish her well, but no luck. I was flat out refused. In other words, we definitely aren't going to be able to do this the easy way.
We sure are, but don't you worry. We've got that totally covered. We will get the professor's message to Her Majesty one way or another. A lot of empty rooms. I don't like it, man. I don't like these empty rooms. No one. Oh wow, check that out. This must be the castle's garden terrace. I'd say so. You can see the whole lake from here, and it overlooks the town too. Must be great for reconnaissance. As nice as this is, we really don't have time to stop enjoying. We've got a job to do. So, basically don't go in here. Oh. This must be the royal keep. Don't go near it! They specifically... Who are you? Hey, you two. We're here as guests of the Duke. Is this where Her Majesty lives? Of course it is. But for the last few days, she hasn't been feeling so well. She's not seeing anyone right now. We've got it all wrong. We weren't even thinking that. I just thought it would be amazing if she were to even take notice of us. Does Princess Claudia sleep here as well? No, it's just... Hey. The Princess is focused on looking after Her Majesty. Neither of them has time to deal with the likes of you. The dinner party will be starting soon, so I will be returning to the maid quarters. And who are our guests? They're from the team that won the martial arts competition. It's like because of that. Embrace her social standing. Such discourtesy. You would insult those who were personally invited to the royal castle. No, that's not. Those invited by the Duke should be treated with all respect due to those invited by Her Majesty. I sincerely hope you have not forgotten that. Understood. Wow, she's intense. I wonder who she is. Yes, and I'm quite tired of hearing them repeated to me. I am terribly sorry, sir and madam. Security has been heightened, and as such the royal keep and its surroundings are off limits. If I may ask, would you mind waiting in your room until the dinner party begins? Alright. It's fine. We'll do as you ask. I apologize. We weren't trying to cause any trouble. Fine then. Just don't let it happen again. A safe return to you. I apologize that you were subjected to such dreadful behavior. My name is Hilda. Score. I'm the head maid of Gransel Castle, and I oversee all the housekeeping duties. We had a feeling. Forgive my rudeness, but are we previously acquainted? Well, someone told us about you. I know this handwriting. You see? We also have our bracer emblems and identification with us. I see. Please, come with me to the maid's sitting room. We can discuss the matter further once we are there. I understand. You need to deliver Professor Russell's message to Her Majesty, correct? Right. If now's not a good time, we can try later, but... No, it's not an issue. But the Special Ops men have had the royal keep under constant surveillance for some time now. Only the Duke, the Colonel, and higher assistant attendants such as myself are allowed in. Which means that a private audience is probably a no-go. What do you think, Estelle? We could ask Hilda to relay the Professor's message to Her Majesty. I'd really rather speak to her face-to-face. There are just too many particulars we don't know and that we'd really need to discuss directly, like what Duke Dunan and Colonel Richard are after. Estelle and Joshua, I have a bit of an idea. Could I get you two to return here once the dinner party is over? Why? Have you thought of a way for us to see Her Majesty? I believe I have. It may be difficult, but I think it's worth a try. I'm going to need some time to get ready. So, can you come back after the dinner party? Awesome! Understood. We'll be back then. I'll be waiting. Food prep is done, so I think we'll begin serving shortly. For now, it's probably best to head back and wait in your room. So I guess that was all the... I guess that's all the people. Chef. I'm getting a... I don't know. I'm still getting a weird feeling about this. This one? Yeah. Hey guys, talk about being late. The party's about to start, you know. Sorry. We got so caught up in sightseeing that we lost track of time. Plus, we talked to all the mayors.
Well, aren't we well connected? We're close friends with the mayor of Roland. Plus, we've met the other mayors in the course of our travels. Ah, I see. I used to work as bracers. This caused you to meet quite a few big shots. You two sure get around for junior bracers.
You might say that. Have you done any bracer assignments since we came to Gransel? It's not that it's all that different from other countries, right?
Right, for a full-fledged bracer, nationality is an issue when it comes to your work. The prelims, fight, and legal procedures at the embassy kept me too busy to get any actual work done, though. But hey, there are 4 other bracers on duty, too, which isn't so bad. Normally, that would be enough to handle most cases, I'd imagine. But with all them concentrating in Gransel, that must make it tough to handle any other case in other regions. Yeah, it could be.
I feel like a goose just walked over my grave. What's going on with Shara back in Roland?
Now, that name does ring a bell. You wouldn't happen to be talking about Sherazard, would you?
You know her?
She's our mentor, and she's been a close friend for ages. Okay, makes sense. I met her a long time ago when a case brought her to Calvard. She was fortunate to have a good master working with her for such a young age.
Her master?
Yeah, probably Dad. What's up, Shay?
Please pardon me, the table for the dinner party has been set. May I show you the way?
Sure, I was getting bored waiting anyhow. Alright, want to go and eat fancy?
Sure, the fight left me starving. Let's go dig in.
Come on, you two. It'd be nice if you two didn't completely forget about your table manners for once.
This is a dinner party, right? What's with all the empty plates, then? Plenty of knives and forks, though.
That's because it's a formal dinner, and it comes out in a specific order, starting with hors d'oeuvres. Then you use the knives and forks from the outside in.
And that's all part of having good table manners? And here comes the anxiety attack. It's really not all that bad. It does mean you get to have some of the finest food available. Manners and etiquette are secondary.
Indeed, indeed. I'm told you're acquainted with everyone who will be attending. No need to get stressed out.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Please don't encourage her.
On that note, is the gentleman accompanying you going to be okay with a knife and fork? I'm told folks from the East usually eat with chopsticks.
You've done your research. However, I'm a firm believer in when in liberal, do as librarians do. I'm not especially skilled with them, but I will use a knife and fork.
My, how elegantly handled. I'm impressed. You're such a gentleman when, as a martial arts champion.
You flatter me.
Boy, he really is a complete sucker for a pretty face.
I think he's being more polite than a lech, though. Anyway, His Grace is really late. I wonder what he's up to. Indeed. If the seat at the table is for the Duke, then who might that other one be for?
It's for Oliver. Indeed. Perhaps it is intended for Princess Claudia.
Your attention, ladies and gentlemen. My humblest apologies for the long delay.
Oh!
Presenting His Grace the Duke.
Well then, I must apologize for making you wait so. I'm afraid that I was in a meeting, from which I simply could not break away. This gentleman is Colonel Richard, Commanding Officer of the Royal Intelligence Division. I've invited him here to thank him for his tireless efforts in helping to deal with the terrorist situation. It's a pleasure to meet you all.
I was quite gratified to be invited to this occasion by our Honorable Duke. I see part of my uncouth soldier's uniform and allow me to sit with you.
No, you can stand.
You've got to be kidding me. We're having dinner with him?
I suspect that this might happen, but it's still unnerving. Delicious.
Excellent, excellent. What say you, Mary Maybell? What do you think of Gransel's master chef? Is his cooking not on par with that found in Beau's Anti-Rose restaurant?
Yes, it's quite remarkable. The wine selection also perfectly complements the meal. I almost want to try Hiram White.
You're not the first to say such things. And what have you then? Was it to your liking?
Oh, it is excellent. I wouldn't have the words to describe the sense of refinement and depth. I certainly believe I could develop a real taste for Liberian cuisine, though.
Good, good, I'm glad to hear it. And you, young Braces? I imagine you never experienced such fine food in your life before.
It's extremely delicious. Far more worthy of being associated with the royal family than the person who invited us.
Indeed, it is a genuine treat. Huh?
It's certainly delicious food. And we couldn't miss a chance to attend such a prestigious event like this. Thank you very much for your gracious invitation.
Very kind of you to say so. I do finally remember what my butler has been telling me about. We met before during the Rouen incident. Perhaps our fates are linked in some bizarre fashion.
Yes, sir, maybe so. So he's forgotten all about us until the butler reminded him.
Come, let us part social classes and ranks aside for the evening. Food is abundant and the wine flows freely, so enjoy to your heart's content.
Your Grace, if we could, I'd like to talk about what we discussed first.
Ah, yes, that's a fine idea. Actually, I have something important to say to you fine folk who represent the kingdom. I use this celebration as a place to make an important announcement.
An announcement? What might that be?
I believe that I will allow Colonel Richard to explain in detail.
Thank you. Okay. I got a dog in front of me. As you all are aware, no doubt, already aware, Her Majesty has been in poor health lately. However, she has been recovering and may grace us with a public appearance soon.
Ah, that is excellent news.
Could we possibly go in and check on her? Unfortunately, she does not consider that to be a wise decision at the moment. Within a few days, it seems likely that the terrors plaguing the kingdom will be swept away. In light of that, the Queen's birthday celebrations will be held as originally planned.
Well, the citizens will surely be happy to hear this news, as they have been looking forward to it. But surely that is not all you wish to tell us. Right, if that all you were, you could have just sent along a message.
Indeed, you are correct. Her Majesty is continuing to recover, as previously stated. However, given the gravity of her condition, she also issued a proclamation due to her tenuous health. She stated that she wishes to abdicate the throne and turn over royal authority to her nephew, Duke Dunan.
What?
Is this true? Joshua, this is...
Yeah, the conspiracy finally makes its appearance.
I am surprised that Your Majesty first broached the subject as well, but her illness has left her quite frail. But it is only natural. She has ruled the kingdom for 40 years, leading through times of strife and war, all without a husband, I might add. Given that, I wish to relieve her of the stress of her duties following the festival's successful conclusion. As the heir to the throne, I make decisions are mine to make.
How terrible. Is Her Majesty's condition really that severe? I'm ashamed that I never noticed any signs in any of my annual visits.
This isn't far too serious a matter to discuss at what is supposedly a casual dinner. Pardon my rudeness, but this all seems to stretch credulity. Mayor Maybell, are you saying that you cannot take His Grace at his word? No, nothing of the sort. I simply mean that as an elected official, I do not understand why the successor to the throne can't be elected in the same fashion.
That's true. If possible, I'd like to hear directly from Her Majesty.
Your unease is quite understandable. But we do ask that you try to maintain your composure and allow us to continue. As I mentioned earlier, I believe Her Majesty will give a formal announcement herself during the festival. Could you be persuaded to shelve your doubts until then?
Well,
the issue is basically this. Once this becomes common knowledge, we cannot know how the citizens will react. That is why we are telling the leaders first to help stave off any chaos or public disorders before it happens. This was also the decision of His Grace.
Yes, well, this is true.
Doggo thirsty. Doggo really thirsty. Also, the Queen's abdication of the throne will have international repercussions. The other nations on the continent will have their eyes on us, and we must be watchful for any action as part of the Erebonians. Surely you can see why it is necessary to show unified support for the new king. This is the world in which we are going to be living. He makes it all seem so rational.
yeah, he's quite the master manipulator.
You hear the doggo? You should. She just pitter-pattered on the floor. You okay, girl?
In other words, the official decree will be given during the birthday celebrations, but I thought you would you thought it would be best to inform us first, so that we may be prepared for any issues that arise, correct?
I'm glad to see that we have an understanding.
If all comes to pass, we're going to find ourselves quite busy.
Yes, we'll have to announce it to the citizens.
I have a question. I believe that the Duke has a fair claim to the throne. However, is there not another who also has the same right to succession?
Well, No doubt you're referring to her daughter's, His Majesty's granddaughter, Mayor Claudia. It is true that she and His Grace have an equal claim to the throne, but it would appear that Her Majesty did not choose her due to her tender age, and I must say I agree with her wisdom in this matter. I should hardly like to impose such responsibility upon a girl so young.
Yes, absolutely. For the time being, I believe it would be best for Claudia to find a marriage prospect. Though this is strictly informal, there is already interest from the royal families of a number of other nations. Perhaps a royal wedding could take place as soon as this year.
Oh my.
I understand. If this happens, then we'll have two major events to celebrate. I honestly think she's a bit young for marriage. Excuse me, may I ask a question?
Zen?
Don't mind, speak freely. Sorry to seem rude, but this doesn't seem like a conversation you want outsiders hearing, particularly a foreigner. So how come you're making this announcement now? It's solely because it's a serendipitous turn of events that allowed the Braces to win the championship. We had wanted to inform the guild of this in advance as well. I've already discussed the idea with Her Majesty.
Gotcha. I guess Laboreau's military embraces aren't just as good at terms as the stories say.
That is because we lack the military strength of the Empire Republic. Harsh reality is that keeping close relations with each other is a must. In any event, do you understand our intentions now?
Yeah, alright. We'll pass on what we've learned here to the guild then. Man, I've heard some pretty unbelievable conversations in my time, but that was something else. I mean, I'm a foreigner after all, so it's not a big deal for me, but I bet that was huge news for you guys.
Of course it was. I can't believe things have gone this far already, huh? Never mind. But really, what a shame. That food was amazing and it practically melted in my mouth. I couldn't tell what the last flavor was, though.
Understandable enough. But anyway, did you want to go for a walk to work off some of the rich food stuff?
Huh? Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, I could go for a little bit of fresh air.
You just played tourist a little while ago and now you want to take an after-dinner walk? I sure don't get it. Must be a local thing.
I think you're exaggerating a little bit.
You haven't gone out to take in the sights? There's a lot of historic architecture around here, you know. If moods hit me, I may still give it a shot. On the other hand, the kitchen may still have some food left over.
You gotta be kidding me. You're still hungry?
If I had a blade in my throat, If I had a blade to my throat, my dying wish would be for some liquor and a snack. I might go ahead and hunt up a bar or something a little bit later. Okay. It's kind of going wrong, sort of.
Things have gotten serious. We have to find a way to get in to see Her Majesty.
First things first, we go talk to the head maid Hilda, like we promised. She probably knows a way for us to speak directly to the Queen.
Fine by me.
It's kind of going wrong. Like, this is not good. Colonel Richard. Christ. Colonel Richard.
Estelle and Joshua. This is our first opportunity to truly speak face to face, I believe.
Last time we saw each other was right after Mayor Dalmore was arrested, wasn't it? I'm honestly surprised you remember us.
I realized that we exchanged a few words, but you made quite an impression on me. My curiosity was piqued, so I did a bit of checking up on you. I was quite surprised to learn that you were the children of Colonel Cassius. How'd you find that out? Please understand, I'm not trying to show off the Intelligence Division's capabilities. I'm greatly indebted to him from our time together in the army. Indeed, more than words can properly express. I'm going to persuade you to stay a while and talk. I've been hoping to speak with you for quite some time now. Huh? Pardon me, Colonel, but don't you have a meeting with His Grace? I don't mind being a bit late. Ah, yes. If we're going to talk, why don't we use the lounge inside? I'll mix up a couple of virgin cocktails. I'll prepare them, sir. No, that won't be necessary. I want you to go to His Grace and inform him that I'll be delayed. Yes, sir. Pardon me, then. Now then, shall we retire to the lounge? Please, follow me. Joshua, what should we do?
I don't see where we have much of a choice but to follow him. It'll be a little late, but we can talk to the head maid later.
I met Cassius shortly after I graduated from the military academy. I was assigned to a mobile unit that was under his command, and since that time I found myself to be in his debt again and again, both personally and professionally. He did? And what did you think of him at the time? To put it simply, he was a hero, and a master swordsman to boot. No matter the scenario, he could find a way to handle any number of battlefronts in any direction. It wasn't just a matter of sheer tactics, he understood and could direct high-level strategy as well. Quite simply, he was a man without peer. If I didn't know better, I'd say we were talking about two different people.
So you were with our father during the 100 Days War?
Yes, he was my CO. Even now, I can still vividly remember the excitement that filled me as we executed his plan that turned the ward's tide. Anytime I get talking about those days, time just runs away with me. But this much I can tell you. If Cassius Bright had not been a part of the Royal Army, Liberl would now be part of the Erebonian Empire. No way! That's kind of hard to believe. Well, as a hero, he had a knack for doing unbelievable things. He left the army immediately after the war, declining even a medal from the Queen, so few know of his accomplishments. But inside the army, many soldiers still hold him up as a prime example of what a hero should be. He never said any word about this to me.
Well, it's not really the kind of thing to tell your daughter about. It's not fair to criticize him for that.
Hey, whose side are you on? And besides, why doesn't any of this shock you like it does me? Did you already know about all this or something?
Well, I didn't know that he was Colonel Richard's superior officer. The rest I knew about vaguely.
Vaguely? You're an accomplice?
Hey, calm down. It's not like he told me about any of it. I just figured a lot of it out. He told me he didn't feel like it was something worth going out of his way to tell others about.
I just don't get it. When he comes back, he's in so much trouble.
Please excuse us. We didn't mean to interrupt.
No, seeing like this is actually quite a bit of a relief. When I found out your father was intending to leave the military, I desperately tried to stop him. But it seems that by leaving, what he did was best for himself, after all. After losing his dear wife, maybe being with you was all that could help him recover. Colonel Richard! Now then, I thank you for taking the time to come here. I really can't keep the Duke waiting, so I'm afraid you'll have to excuse me. Oh, alright.
Our apologies for making you so late.
Not at all. You both have told me one thing I wanted to know most about, and thus I have no regrets.
Huh? How's that again?
Well, I'm sure we'll have a chance to speak again soon. Cassius might even be with us then to share the stories. Okay. Who is that man, and what has he done with Colonel Richard? What are you babbling about now? It's just that it's weird to hear him talk about Dad that way. I wasn't expecting to be so, well, nice.
He doesn't seem all that villainous anyway. Even so, it's pretty much a foregone conclusion that he's got something up his sleeve. For now, we should probably put the issue of Dad aside.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Man, I hate to say it, but I think he might have been playing nice just so that he could get something out of it. He's an intelligence officer, so he probably thinks that fooling a couple of kids is as easy as it could be.
Do you think that's going a little far?
You might be right. Let me be the one who mistrustful of others. You just follow your instincts and believe what everything is right.
Huh?
Just make sure you're prepared for anything. Don't let your guard down. I'd say a bracer job is pretty much that, in fact.
Okay, I got it. I'll keep that in mind.
Thank you, Estelle.
Thank you. What the heck are you thanking me for? Anyway, we need to go back and see Hilda. She's probably sick of waiting for us.
Yeah, she should be in the maid's quarters. That's not the maid quarters. What's the best way? That's upstairs.
Ah, there you are. I've been waiting for you. You're awfully late, aren't you? Sorry about that. We kind of got caught by Colonel Richard.
Did you now? He had some things to tell us about our dad. I don't think he has any idea what we're up to, though.
I see. Ah, yes. That letter of introduction did mention that you were Mr. Cassius's children. I can understand at least some of how Colonel Richard feels. Oh, did you know our dad, too? He used to come here when he worked as General Morgan's aide-de-camp. I'm told that he was a friend of the late Princess, Her Majesty's son. Late Prince?
Princess Claudia's father.
Yes, he was killed 15 years ago in a tragic shipwreck. Would that be you were still alive, none of this would be happening, huh? But lamenting what might have been is a fool's errand. Evening is fast approaching, so we must make our preparations at once. Come in, Shay. Oh, hey, aren't you?
Shay, right?
Yes, thank you for remembering. You look well, Estelle and Joshua. I've been told of your current predicament. You won't find more a dependable child. She's a great help whenever the princess is in the castle. Princess Claudia.
That shouldn't pose a problem.
Thank you. When you're ready, you should go change into your uniforms. The ribbons and headpiece are tricky, so I'll adjust them for you. What?
What do you mean? Estelle is going to need to dress as one of the maids in order to get into the royal keep.
A little playing with the hair and you'll blend right in. Oh, I get it.
Uniforms don't usually allow for much in the way of personalization. It should be ideal for sneaking in.
Huh, me in a maid's outfit. I've been wanting to try some on once since we met Lila. Cute, breezy, and easy to move in. Well, if our uniforms weren't so easy moving, they'd make the cleaning much more difficult. I thought so. Well, let's get this sucker on me. Why so excited? Glad you're in high spirits, but you need to remember your manners in front of the Queen. You won't have me to lean on this time. Why not? You're changing too, aren't you? Pardon? I mean, he did play the princess during the play at the campus festival. Is there really that much difference between the fancy dress and a maid outfit? That's different. It was a play. I can't appear before Her Majesty's in women's clothes. Oh, you'll be fine. It's not anything at all shameful or anything. Besides, you'll make such a gorgeous princess. Not this again. Cut the jokes, will you? Hilda, Shay, help me out here. Say something. Anyone? I see. That shouldn't pose a problem. Shay, don't you have that extra hairpiece designed for the princess? Yes, it's never been used, though. He has a full dark hair. That would probably look good on him. Hey, hold on a second. Well, it looks like a 1-on-3 vote. Majority rules. This way, please. We can use this as a changing room.
Wait a minute. I remember ever agreeing to changing.
Alright, if I have to change, I can do it myself. Shay, you're not planning on using makeup too, are you? Kids these days. Oh, God. Oh, my. Ta-da! What do you think? It suits her very well. Such a bright, active maid in training. And after only just coming to the castle, too, you certainly have me convinced. With hair down like that, no one will be any the wiser. Perhaps you should work at Grancel Castle for real when this is all settled. Oh, we already work as bracers, so anyway. Come on, Joshua, get out here. No chance I could talk you out of this. None at all. You're just making this take longer. Fine. You're impossible sometimes. Good lord. Oh, it's almost frightening how good it looks. Isn't it awesome? Looks better on him than it does on me, and I'm an actual girl. A bit of makeup can make a world of difference. Please, just say you're done. Well, I suppose so. I'll show you the way to the royal keep. You'll need to make sure you watch me and learn how a maid handles herself. Yes, ma'am. We're finally going to meet the queen in person. Yes, this is the do-or-die moment. You just have to stay focused and get to the royal keep. It's hard to take you seriously in that outfit. Well, excuse me. This is your idea. I can't believe you've got the nerve to pick on... Sorry. Don't get all mad. I'll treat you to some ice cream later, okay? I'm not like you. I'm not obsessed with food. Hey, I'm not obsessed with food. They get along so well, don't they? We're out of time. Let's go to the royal keep. Hilda's with us. I'm playing as Hilda. This is weird. Okay. Hilda? What business do you have with Her Majesty at this hour? I'm bringing some tea and spoons at her request. The current situation means that Her Majesty is denied the right to even go about her daily life as she wishes, after all. Such harsh words. These maids with you, I don't recognize them. Her Grace ordered me to hire some additional staff to help. They've only just arrived at the castle today. Really, now? Hey, you're pretty cute. Thank you. Huh? I don't get the feeling we've met before. Crap. Do you stare so hard at every young lady you see? I do hope you're not thinking any untoward thoughts. I rather think that His Grace and the Colonel would disapprove. Hey, it's not like that. We're the leader of the Royal Army. We wouldn't do that. All's well, then. Now, will you please allow us to pass? Pardon us, ladies. Whew, that was intense. Thanks, Hilda. You're a little lifesaver. Yeah, that was really well done. I'm just glad I could help. Now then, are you planning to change your clothes before going to see Her Majesty? If you'd prefer, I can just show you the way now. I think I'm okay as is. Boy clothes, now. Oh, for the love of... Why are you always so self-conscious? What's wrong with what you had on? It's not an issue of self-consciousness. By the way, Hilda, is this the room I think it is? Yes, this is Princess Claudia's bedroom. But she rarely sleeps in the castle, so this room is all about unused. No kidding. But I heard that the princess was tending to the queen. I guess that's just gossip, then. You'd have to ask Her Majesty for full details. Her room is on the second floor of the royal keep. I'll take you there. I'm playing as Hilda again. This is freaking weird. Okay. that's where we're going to end this episode. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.